Okay? How much do you have to spend and how much can you expect to make back? Okay, the first thing is that you need a Mac. Or you can come to the lab here, the Mac is already here. The second thing you need is an iPhone or iPod Touch. The reason for this is because you can test your program on the computer, but whatever runs fast on the computer might not necessarily run fast on the phone because the computer and the phone is very different. The phone is very low power compared to the computer. So you can do all the programming on the computer, but then when people download, they say this is very slow, then people will not want to buy your program or download your program. So it's very important to do testing. Okay? And for you to do testing on the device, before you submit to App Store, you have to buy a US $99 standard iPhone developer program account. So you need these three things. You need the Mac, you need the phone or you need the iPod Touch, and you need a program. You need to have an account on the iPhone developer program. So once you have the account, you can generate a digital certificate that will allow you to transfer your program from the Mac into the phone. Okay? But once you have these three things, and you have got written your program can be about anything. You are selling to 77 countries. Okay? You are selling to 77 countries. And 70% of the revenue goes back to you, which means that if your program is 1 ringgit, 70 cents goes back to you. If you sell 10 copies, you make 7 ringgit. If you sell 100 copies, you make 70 ringgit. Okay? And this is very successful business model because people like Gameloft, they have about 20 games on the store and they have 2 million overpaid downloads in just a few months. If they sell $1, one program, $1, it is $2 million. And 70% of that goes to them. Okay? About $140,000. No, Indian. Yeah, about 140. Is it? 70% of $2 million anyway. It goes to them. And one of the big success stories is Steve Demeter. He is out of work. He didn't have a job. He saw this iPhone was interesting, so he bought books, learned how to program. After he has been programming the iPhone, he released this game called Prism. And after he released this game, he made $250,000 US in the space of just a few months. Okay? So now he doesn't have to work anymore. Essentially, he's just programming games now. Okay? So this is something that you guys can do. That's what I'm offering to you. Okay? You yourself personally can do this if you want to. Okay? Now, we don't expect you to go for this class and then immediately you know how to program. It's not possible. You have to take a lot of time and effort. These are people who can help you. If you need somebody to do training, I mean somebody to come here and train you, there is this gentleman called Chris Hong, and that's his contact information. So he can come here, he can conduct a 5-day class for you. Proper programming class. Not just like introduction. Okay? This one is just like a test drive. You want to buy a new car, you test drive for 10 minutes. But driving school, you know driving school takes a lot longer time. Okay? So these people will teach you. If you are good in graphics, but you realize that you don't want to do any programming, you want somebody else to do the programming part for you, you can contact these two gentlemen. Okay? So that means I do the graphic, you do the programming, we split the revenue. So you want to do it that way also can. If you want to do it all on your own, then you can go to Apple's website, register as a developer. It's a free registration for online, and you can download all the sample code and see how to do it for yourself. And if UMS wants, UMS can apply for iPhone Developer University Program. Once UMS is a member of the iPhone Developer University Program, students don't have to pay the $99 USD fee anymore because the school can do that for you. Okay, to generate the certificate so that you can run the program on the iPhone without having to submit to the iTunes Store. And Stanford is one of the universities that is a member of the iPhone Developer University Program, and Stanford actually has got a course step by step how to program for the iPhone. So this one is available at cs193p.stanford.edu. And this course is complete. It runs for about 15 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And every lecture is online. You can watch the lectures when you're free, and all the assignments are also online. Okay, so now let's look at what MDEC has to offer. MDEC, when they launched this program, They want to give Malaysians the opportunity to get something for themselves. Okay, so that's why MDEC is running this program. Okay, so after this one-day workshop, I will invite all of you to submit a proposal. Each proposal, it consists of a one-page text document. So you can say, my program is designed to automatically find the nearest ATM to my location. So when I press a button on my program, it shows where I am, and it shows the nearest ATM. So if I'm in UMS, I press a button, the nearest ATM is at One Borneo Hypermall. So it will show me how to get there. So that's what the program does. And after that, you also have to submit an Xcode project with a user interface. So that means there must be a file that I can double click and it will show on the simulated iPhone what the program looks like. I'm going to teach you how to do that in the next part of this course, okay? How to create a simple Xcode project. So you combine this together, you zip it together, and then you email it to iphone@mdec.com.my. If iphone.mdec.com.my accepts the project, we will offer you to come for a training program. And normally this training program, the price is $3,500 per person. But because you're part of the MDEC project, MDEC subsidized $3,000. Okay? So you only have to pay 500 ringgit to attend. And when you pay 500 ringgit to attend, you go for the 5 days, and then you come up with a program. The program runs without failing on the simulator. Okay? That means everything on the program can run perfectly on the simulator. We refund you back even the 500. So at this point, kosong-kosong, you're getting the 5 days training at no additional cost. Then we invite you to buy a development system. Okay? You can buy a second-hand Mac. You can buy a new Mac. Hopefully, you can buy from Cik Shida, who's behind there, hiding very quietly. She is an authorized reseller for Apple product. Okay, so if you want to buy a Mac Mini, CPU alone is just 2,000 ringgit. It's not that expensive. Okay, about 2,000 ringgit because you're all students, right? You can buy at the student price. And monitor, you can use a normal monitor. Keyboard, you can use a normal keyboard. And you're also encouraged to buy an iPod Touch, which is 780 ringgit. Okay, so for those who are ladies, now you know what to ask for Valentine's Day. Okay, if you love me, please buy me one Mac Mini and one iPod Touch. Okay, and once the program runs without failing on the device, that means you program your program using your personal Mac Mini. You run it on the iPod Touch. It runs perfect on the iPod Touch, working properly. We refund you the cost of the development system. Okay, we refund you the cost of the development system up to 3,500 ringgit. Right? Doesn't mean you buy a $7,000 computer, we refund you that $7,000. No. We just refund you up to the cost of the development system. Okay? And then after that, we encourage you to submit your program to Apple. For that, you need to buy the iPhone Developer Program account, which is $99 US. So you buy this, you submit your program to Apple. After you have submitted, we can see, that is to say, MDEC can see your program is online, people can click on it and download it, then you get back 360 ringgit to pay for the $99 US. Okay? And of course, if your program makes top 10, then you are eligible for other funding grant. Intellectual property of the program remains with you. That means MDEC cannot say it's their program. It's your program. And any money you get from the program sales also belongs to you. We don't take anything. Okay? So that is the description of this program. Alright? So is there any questions? Okay, so if there are no questions, then we'll go ahead and proceed with how to write a simple iPhone application.